Hey folks, Nathan here from the Star Wars Timeline Gold, the most comprehensive Star Wars chronology available anywhere, and the two podcasts, Star Wars Beyond the Films and Cloud City Casino at StarWarsReport.com, bring you a look at more for the X-Wing miniatures game from Fantasy Flight Games. This time we're taking a look in this video and the next at the two products released in the week of the theatrical release of Rogue One, which appropriately are ships from Rogue One. Now I'm doing this a little differently. I don't usually do this on the tripod. I usually do this by hand, so this will be more stable, but you won't be seeing quite as close to the individual items, because I want to be able to manipulate a couple of things while running through this quick review here of the contents. So, we have our U-Wing box. A U-Wing looks like it should be Starfighter size, but it's more like a transport vehicle, as we see in the film. So, not a shock, I guess, that it's one of our bigger line of products here with a bigger base than a standard Starfighter base. Now, you notice those wings here spread out quite a bit. You pull the miniature off of here with at least a little bit of it stand so I can easily put it back on. Here's your miniature. Nicely detailed. Right, this new ship from Rogue One and all. But it does have moving parts. Now these, they're not flimsy, but they're not super tough either, so be careful. These can fold all the way in. So a lot of times you'll see a U-Wing that looks like this. That's more like its landing mode. And then its flight is either going to be straight out to the sides, or so the movie made it appear in a couple cases, or fully back, almost like a V type of shape there. But that's your actual ship. With it, of course, we get instructions. This includes a new mission entitled Patrol Ambush, Mission 20. Can you believe we're already at 20? For X-Wing. And then, of course, inside the box, we get a lot of various goodies here. So we'll come to the pilots actually last. We have our maneuver dial. We have our force shield tokens. We have a little indicator of the ship, the little ship token there, or the type of ship that you can stick into one of those little maneuver dial holder type things. You've got a couple of stress tokens here. You have some target lock tokens there, KK on one side, LL on the other. One critical hit token. We have some new ID tokens set for 61 and 62. 6, count them, 6 focus tokens. And of course, just the proof of purchase there. A couple of ship tokens. We'll touch on those when we get to these guys. They're basically paired up. This one goes with those two. This one goes with those two. And we have, as I curve around to the other side here, quite a few upgrade cards this time around. So we have Jyn Erso, who could be a crew member. Baze Malbus, Cassian Andor, and Bodhi Rook. I find it interesting that among the pilots and among the crew members here, there is no K2SO. I would have expected him to be part of this, but he's not. We have Sensor Jammer, Flechette Torpedoes, Pivot Wing Attack, Bistan. Then we have 2 of Expertise, 2 of Inspiring Recruit, and 2 of Stealth Device. And if you flip these, you'll find that the vast majority of them are just standard cards. But what the heck? That's right. Pivot Wing has 2 different sides to it. We have Pivot Wing Landing, Pivot Wing Attack. So that's going to deal with the changing of the configuration of your U-Wing there. And then, of course, we have our pilots. 2 of these are kind of obvious. One is generic. The other one you might be going like, who the heck is this guy? So we have Cassian Andor, who of course is one of the major characters of the film. We have, sort of as his opposite, Bodhi Rook, another major character from the film. We have the generic Blue Squadron Pathfinder. And then our other pilot, again, instead of being K2SO or someone like that, it's Hef Tauber. Or Tober, I guess it's Tauber, 2 B's there. Hef Tauber. Maybe saying, who the hell is Hef Tauber, and why does he get a U-Wing in my set based on Rogue One? That's that dude right there. That is Hef Tauber. He is apparently Blue 8, flies a U-Wing, doesn't manage, well, I was going to give you a minor spoiler. I don't want to give you even any spoilers for Rogue One here, given that this is the release day that this is being recorded on. But suffice to say, he's in the film. He's not a major character, but they needed somebody else as a U-Wing pilot, and instead of going with a droid or something like that, or someone who might sort of fit the role, but not really. They kept it at Cassian and Bodhi, the generic, and this guy, who, you know, kind of blink and you'll miss him, you probably never really cared about actually in the film itself. But a nice new product here. Plenty of upgrades to play around with, even if there's only 4 pilots for him. And a nice, I think of this as kind of like an unimposing type of vehicle. Toss it in there, it doesn't look like it should be treated like one of the larger ships, but it is. So you might be able to, you know, kind of psych out your opponent with something that looks like just a standard starfighter type ship. We'll be back, though, in our next video with one that actually is of that size. That's the TIE Striker.